Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on chasing the illusion. So we're officially at my favourite time of year, which is Halloween. Not only do I enjoy the whole pumpkin carving and the horror films, I love me some spooky magic tricks. And in this video, I'm going to be going through the tricks I think you should learn for this Halloween. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to be teaching you a trick with... It's more psychological. It's a psychological trick that anyone can do, including yourself, and you can perform it to everyone with basically no props. So it's a pendulum trick. It's how to do pendulum stuff. Stick around. But without any further ado, let's get on with the video and look at the first trick I think you should look at. Let's go. So the first trick is Psychic Surgery by Aaron Alexander. Again, this is very psychological. You don't really have to have, in fact you don't have to have any props whatsoever. This is all psychological. It's a trick where you grab someone's arm and you can basically make them, it's kind of sort of hypnosis, but it's not as well. It taps into the hypnosis stuff, but it's you know, you can make people feel like they're getting their bones taken out. You can put a steel rod in their arm and they can't move their arm, and you can control their fingers as well. It's a really cool trick. It's again, because you use no props. Get your words out, Chase. Because you use no props, you can just go out and perform this, and it really does play on people's minds. I've done it so many times to people, and everyone's just a bit like, can I have my arm back, please? Okay, so the next trick is Breaking Point by Johannes Mengel. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm really bad at names, and I always feel really bad whenever I get it wrong, so apologies. But yes, Breaking Point. It's a trick that uses no props, which is perfect. You can go out and perform it, and it really does mess with people's minds. I performed this on TikTok, Instagram, or the socials, probably. I don't know. See it here? See a bit of it? You can watch it in your own time, I'm sure. But yeah, it's basically, you can, you know, you see if I can do a quick one here. Just pop your finger like that, and then you just bend it like that, and you can do a lot more stuff. But yeah, teaches you how to do that. By the way, you're not actually doing it; just looks like you're doing it, and yeah, it takes a lot of practice. That's the only thing. But once you get it down, you can really start freaking people out, and that's why I think it's perfect for Halloween. All right, so another one from Johannes Mengel. He loves doing these weird kind of tricks, doesn't he? Breaking Point, but this one is Eyepopper. Eyepopper, again, another one that I performed many moons ago. It's probably one of the first videos I put out, was me performing this to the camera, and it's a really cool idea and a really cool concept, in that you can pull a coin out of your eye, and it generally looks like you're pulling a coin out of the eye, and you can even get the participant to, you know, feel in your face that there's a coin in there, and then, you know, that'll creep him out straight away, and then you show your hands empty, and then you can literally pull it out. It's what I did in the opening of this video as well. You can literally see it, you know, forcing itself out, which is really weird, even though I know how it works looking at the videos whenever I perform it. It's really cool. It's really cool how it works as well. So yeah, definitely recommend that one. Okay, sticking with the eye theme, of course, it's going to be on the list. It is Eyecandy by Hanson, Chein. Last year I performed this so many times. Yeah, it's a real crowd pleaser. All you need is the gimmick it comes with and a box of Tic Tacs. So that's all you need. And it looks awful in the best way, if that makes sense, right? Every reaction I've ever had is it's either don't ever do that again, or just pure confusion, especially if you make it look like you've eaten it at the end. That is, yeah, I won't go into any more detail, but yeah, definitely get that one. I love that trick. And again, a lot of these tricks I'm going through don't just have to be performed around Halloween times. These are just things that I would mainly perform around Halloween. I perform these all year round anyway, especially with some of the other ones beforehand and afterwards. You can definitely spice it up to make it a little bit more Halloweeny, if you will. Another obvious one is Hook by Eric Ross. This really hit off when it first arrived on the market. Everyone wanted it. I believe it's sold out really quickly. I think you can still buy it online, but I think the website is down, or I don't really know. But I managed to get it when it first came out. Again, this is one of the ones I perform all year round. I even had it in my magic show and tell. It was part of the trick, part of the routine, just on a bigger scale, but it adapted the same concept of it all. And yeah, you basically get a fish hook. It's like Russian roulette. You put a fish hook in your mouth and they have to decide which string to pull, and hopefully the only one they don't pull out is the one that is attached to the hook. It is unbelievably safe. As much as it looks dangerous, it is unbelievably safe as well. Of course, there's still an element of danger there, but it is. Don't be put off by how scary it is, because it looks. Again, it looks awful, but it's actually really safe. And I performed it numerous times in my show and not in my show, and I've never had it go wrong. Go right. It's a bit worrying, isn't it? Okay, next up, sticking with the mouth. What is it with things going in the eye and in the mouth recently? I guess it's bodily stuff, isn't it? It's a little bit creepy. Yes, and sticking with the mouth, it is, of course, needle swallowing. It is the art of taking a needle and swallowing it. This is another one that was in show and tell. I only really performed this in show and tell or around Halloween, because I'm not just carrying around a packet of needles with me all the time. So yeah, it's I taught this on my channel. Was it last year or the year before? It'll be linked somewhere. I don't know. I actually taught you how to safely swallow needles, so make sure you check that video out. Alright, so we'll move away from the bodily stuff and go into the more creepy and supernatural stuff now. So this is a book by Francis Girola, I believe that's the name. Again, I'm probably butchering the name, but it's called Never Bet the Devil Your Head. Yes, the prop, you only need one prop, and it's really easy to make, and it goes real into the spiritual, dark, eerie, satanic stuff. I really recommend it. Again, all you need is a coin for it, a coin that you can adapt to the ending of the trick. I won't spoil it for you, but it is that is all you need, and it is no sleight of hand is used at all, and you simply just blow people's minds with it. And I think again, it's a trick that you can perform all year round, but I think at Halloween, that's when it'll hit the best. So yeah, make sure you check out that book. Really, it's a good book. That's why it's on the list. Alright, sticking with the whole spiritual and religiousness, this is a book which actually comes with a warning. Yeah, this book actually comes with a warning at the very beginning. By I mean, it's kind of dangerous as well, but again, it's pretty safe. But it's actually you've got to perform this to the right person. It's a book called Stigmatism by Robert Smith. It's if you don't know what stigmatism is, please look it up. The more you know for this trick, the better. And yeah, it's very religious, and again, if you perform it to the wrong person, it could go very wrong. But if you do it especially now, if you do it for a Halloween setting, I think that would hit really well. Yeah, if you know what stigmatism is, it's basically how to fake the phenomenon, that word. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to be teaching you a trick. I don't really have a name for it. It's like a pendulum kind of trick. All you need is a necklace, or you can get like a crystal with a string attached to it. But all you need is something like this. I'm going to use a cross, keep it with the religious and the kind of Halloweeny vibes of it all, you know. Yeah, so all you need is a string or a cord and something somewhat heavy on the end of it, and you can give this, or you can use this, or use your participant's own necklace or whatever you want, and and they just hold it out simply like this, and you tell them not to move. It's as simple as that. You just tell them not to move. But you ask them to start imagining it moving left and right. So I'm not going to stay. I won't say that it's doing it already. I'm not moving, but it's already starting to move left and right, and I can change it up. I now want it to move backwards and forwards. I won't move. Crazy, right? Now it's moving back. Can you even see that? But yeah, it's now moving backwards and forwards, and I'll move it. I can now do it in a circle. So in a circle. I won't move. And you can try this at home. Go grab something like this, a necklace or something like that, and you can try this at home. Just stay absolutely still, but will it to move in different directions. So I'm going to go left and right now. Anytime today. There we go. Left and right now. Again, I'm not moving. But isn't that weird, right? Isn't that weird? And there's not much to teach. What it is the micro movements you do. It's like micro expressions when you're reading facial expressions, tell people are lying and stuff like that. But it's basically the same thing. A lot of people do the holding their hands and trying to find something they've put in a room or something like that. It's basically the same thing, only it's even smaller. The only thing I would say to teach is, you've got to make sure they are staying as still as possible when they're doing it, because obviously if they're moving their hand like this, it's obvious they're moving it, and it'll be more believable that either you're controlling it, or the spirits are controlling it, or they're controlling it with their mind. Now it's broken. Boom! Magic. No, I'll fix it later. But yeah, it's got to make sure they're staying as still as possible. And also, if you've been trying this at home, if you stay like this for a while, your arm's going to start to ache, and actually that will make him move a lot faster. If you're more into the psychological stuff, and kind of sort of suggestion and hypnosis, you can also tie this into it as an induction, or you can tie it into an induction if you wanted to, or you can really pressure them. Is that the right word? Pressure them into making it go really, really fast, or really, really slow, or make big circles and things like that. So yeah, depends what kind of thing you want to go to. Again, it's really simple. You just ask them to hold it out like that and imagine it doing whatever you want it to do, and it will work. It will work. Try it out yourself. It's scarily accurate how it works. So yeah, here's a little trick for you that you can go out right now and perform to friends, family, shows, random people in the street, ghosts, spirits. Ghosts and spirits the same thing? So we just end the video. Oh, one thing you could add on with the pendulum thing is that if you do a sort of mind reading thing, so if you get to guess a word or think of a word and you know what that word is, either by a peak or false, whatever you want, you can imagine them writing it with the pendulum, and although it won't actually spell out the word, you can use it as I'm reading what you're writing down, right? Imagine the word and it'll start moving. You can be like, so say if they thought of dog, right? Just think of the word dog and make it move, but just keep thinking the word dog, and you can imagine, okay, yeah, I can see a D now, I can see an O, I can see a G, So yeah, that's another little thing you can do if you want to go down a more mind reading route as well. Love doing that. On that subject, on the subject of mind reading and guessing words, I'm bringing out a project called Off Peak Travel, which is going to come out on this date. I'm unsure what date it is, but I'm committing to a date when I'm editing this video. So future Chase, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm currently editing the video. Thanks, past Chase. So off-peak travel is just the most invisible peak I can possibly think of at the moment. Anyway, it's the most possible peak that I can think of, and all it uses is something that everyone carries around with them. So it's really easy to perform. It's something that you can just, chuck in your pocket, and then you can add other aspects to it on how you reveal it. But I do go into a bit of that in the actual project. You can use the pendulum, like I said, with the whole dog routine, or it's not a dog, but you know what I mean. You can. It's a source of a peak. It's up to you how you perform it and reveal it at the end of the day. But that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you use some of these tricks when you're going out into public to perform this Halloween. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you so wish. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok and all that rubbish if you want to. Again, I say that on every video and I don't. But that is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.